Okay. All right, let's get this party started. All right, welcome in. Tonight we are doing kind of like a build I've wanted to do for a while. And that is the glass chain build. In the middle of a wine glass. This should be kind of fun. Line it up right there. And we'll see how it works out. Kind of excited for this one. Been wanting to do it for a while. And there we go. So we got to make links one at a time and then somehow fuse them together and make them look good. And that is key number 2. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first link here, and I'll check out the size and see how it looks. Okay, turn this flame down a little. I gotta wait for this is the hard part, waiting for it to cool off all the time. Okay, got that part done. Smooth that out. And I need my carbon tool here. We're going to smooth out the little wrinkle in here. So initially when I start off the chain, I start off with a little U-joint like this. We just start off with a little U. And then we're going to go ahead and break it down into the actual chain link. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop these in between each other. And link them together for the middle of the wine goblet. I don't know if I got this wide enough for this though. We'll have to definitely check it. I might have to go a little wider than that. All right, so we got our little U built. And I'm going to let it droop a little. Then we'll come to the other side. Let it droop. Now this is a lot heavier chain than I normally have ever made. But for the stem of a wine glass, it needs to be really, really durable. All right, there is link number 1. I don't think it's wide enough, though. I may have to redo this. Well, this is part of the process, too. All right, I got to check the sizing, make sure these links will go together. This was the one I used just a minute ago. Nope, not big enough. All right, this is a good start. I'll use that for a little bit later on something. So we got to build a bigger link than that. It's got to be wider. I thought I just used one here. Oh, maybe it's thinner. Hold on. Oh, it is thin. Oh, crap. That is thin enough. I had the wrong size. Let me fix that. I take that back. All right, let me fix this edge over here. This side's a little wonky. So we're going to link these chains together. I'm going to fuse them together, though. They're not going to be loose. Unless I decide to do a little loose end of it. There we go. All right, let's double check. No, that's the thicker one. Damn it. I got these sizes. They're so close to each other. I definitely have to put these off to the side. Hold on. Okay, that one's not working. That one's not going to work. I just had this. How do you lose an entire rod on your bench? Unbelievable. Couldn't have disappeared that fast. That's still tight though, even on the thinner glass. I'm not sure about that. But before I go too far, where the hell did I just put that rod? I don't understand how I lost it. That's really trippy. All right, I'm gonna pop that off. I'm not even gonna mess with it. We're just gonna build it out of bigger. What the hell? You'll just build it out of a bigger link. It'll look good anyway. So we got to build a new link, and then we're going to weld them all together. There we go. Boop. No, that was a different size rod. That was like my punty rod. Okay, we're going to measure it out right about there. And then we're going to bring it down. Trim that off. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that one. All right, let that cool. Then we got to heat this whole section up. All right, that's better. Let it settle. All right, that's a better U. Smooth it out a little. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, now we'll start the closing process. Got to get it to about halfway. Let it cool and then do the other side. There we go. Much better. That is way better. I just have to make sure it's flat. All right, we got link number 1 done, so now I'm good to go. I kind of know where I'm at now. And I'm going to try 3 of them, maybe 4. We'll fuse them together and see how it looks. And go from there. Yeah, we're making a chain, so I'm going to take a chain. I'm going to fuse it all together, and then I'm going to put it in between a wine glass. So the chain will be in the wine glass. I'm thinking about making a few links that are loose, too. So 3 of them have to be solid and fused together for the wine glass itself. And then I'm going to have to, I'm thinking of doing some loose links in there, so like it rattles around a little. And we'll fuse it between a cup and foot of a wine glass. First step is going to be building them all together, though. So I'm going to build the second closed one first, and then we'll do the one where we link them all together. So I got to put two of them linked together on one chain, and then see about fusing it all. All right, here we go. Keep it pretty straight. And then I gotta fuse that one on. So I'm going to build two closed links first, and then we'll put them all in one. Then I have to decide how the heck I'm going to fuse them. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this into its loopy. Then we got to do the other side. There we go. I don't think this is long enough though. This sounded good at the time. Sounded like a good idea for the stream. Now I'm kind of regretting it. No. There we go. Let me compare it to the other one. Yeah, we're okay. All right, now I got to do the one that really matters. This next one's the one that is going to be the key, because I got to put both those loops through there and then lock it together. All right, we're going to bring this one out. All right, we're going to heat it up and do the same bend. I've never built them where they're locked together though, so this is going to be a little bit of a different approach for sure. Okay, this puntee has to be super durable because it's going to bear the weight of the other two links. All right, since this one's a hair longer, we'll start with that one. Get it trimmed up a little. All right. Okay, I got the 2 links on. We're pretty solid on that aspect. I just have to clean up the end here. Make it look really smooth and fused together. All right, that'll give me my little punty mark right there. Now this part I've never done before, so I'm a little nervous about it. That was almost scary. Let's get them locked in there. Okay, a couple more welds. Give it a small twist. Clean it up a little. I can live with that. Now I got to do the other side. Clean up this little punty mark right here. And do that one. Then we have to do the same thing, kind of weld these together. And then I got to smooth everything out, make it look really good. All right, so far our links are looking okay, so this will be the in-between of the wine glass. I definitely have to smooth some of this stuff out, though. You're going to have to clean it up. There we go. To this middle one, I want to give it a small twist. Right there. We'll do the top one now. Anybody can make a normal link chain. Doing a twisty one, that's the fun part. I kind of want to shrink this middle one down a little bit. It's a little too long. Okay, I like it. I think it looks cool. Let me seal this other end up a little. Actually, I want to make sure we're all fused in there before I detach it. I just got to make sure that weld is super strong. Got to make sure it's on both ends. All right, what do you guys think? I like it twisted. What do you think about that? I think we're all good on that. I like this. It's kind of cool. I like it twisted. So now we got all those chain links twisted around. It's almost like medieval wrought iron or forged. And warm it up. I'm going to fume it. We're going to fume it with silver and gold. We're going to add the silver and gold on here. Look how much that color added to it. It just brings it out a little bit, and then the gold is going to be intense. I'm going to go ahead and keep it warm. Then we'll grab our gold. What's left of it, I hope I got enough on here. If not, I'll cut some more. Oh, there is a little bit of gold left. Thank goodness. So this is a process called fuming. It's basically vaporizing silver and gold onto the glass. Literally vaporizes to a gas. And then we get some cool colors bouncing through it. Like that. Gives it more of that character now. I'm going to go ahead and pop in some borax on there and see what we got. I may have to add more gold to it, though. I'm not sure there's enough on it. So right now I'm adding borax laundry soap on here. It's a material that's used quite often in glass with the silver and gold fuming. I think I do want to add more gold. It's not quite where I want it. We're going to grab some gold real quick and pop it on there. And then I'll grab we'll add it to the wine glass. Let me grab my gold. If I remember right, I have a small chunk in here. And I do. I got a little chunk of gold already pre-done. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this blue on here because this wears out after a while. No more gold left on that. We're going to pick up our gold nugget down here and we're going to fume it. Oops, sorry, wrong view. So we're going to pick up our little tiny chunk of gold. You might see it on the end of the rod here. There it is, that little tiny nugget. It's barely on there, but it's hard to see, but it's there. All right, let's go ahead and fume the gold. We're going to go pretty heavy laden gold on here. Woo. That gold is moving. Change the flame chemistry just a little. So what's happening, that little gold nugget is moving all over on the glass rod. And it wants to fall off so bad. That's perfect. Now we have a color I'm happy with. So now we got that golden look to it with our chain link. Yep, there we go. So there's our little golden nugget chain link. I'm going to go ahead and grab the top and the bottom. I was going to use this big one, but I think this is too big. Let me go grab a separate top real quick. I do have some others back here that are smaller. Yeah, you'll be perfect. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. So yeah, that smaller cup is going to be much, much better. I'll show you the size difference. So these are the two sizes. You can see how big they are. This one's like this is like someone that really likes their wine. This one's for someone that wants to taste it. This is definitely a happy drinker right here. Make sure there's no flaws. Nope, we're good. Okay, but for the bottom, I'm going to make a custom bottom for it. We're going to make definitely a custom bottom. And I have the perfect glass, I hope, right here. Yeah, this will work. All right. So we'll make the foot right now. Okay, we're going to pull this off. I need an extremely good punty here. You'll work. All right, next is preheat the tube. And then this is the part that really has to be paid attention to right here. That's where the goblet foot will attach to the chain itself. So we got to make sure it's super solid. So we're going to take this and just shrink it all the way down, just before it collapses into a solid. There'll still be a little air running through it. And then I'll seal it off when I get done flaring the foot open. But it definitely needs a lot of strength right here. They're looking fantastic here. All right. So right in here, it's still open, but it's not a very big opening in there. It's pretty solid. So when I go to finish this off, it'll be really strong. Okay, gotta come over here. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and trim this bottom up. Make sure there's no uneven spots on it. Nope, that is a solid rod. That is a green rod. We do not want to use that. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to essentially do is blow it open, and then we're going to pop the bottom and then flare it into a foot. Move this stuff out of the way for the moment because I need that space. There, that's all you have to do. Not much. Just have to start the process of getting it to open up. All right, so we essentially opened it up on the bottom. So now we have an opening right there, just a little hole. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to heat around that edge, use centrifugal force, and flare it open. Just like that. Then I got to let it sit for a second to cool off. And we have a nice little round bottom. So that's our goblet foot. Kind of cool, right? Yeah, you can definitely get started for $2,000. $2,000 will definitely get you started in glass blowing. It's hard to figure out when you're figuring out glass blowing equipment, it's super hard to figure out what you need and what you don't. That's the problem. You don't know what you need and what you don't need in the beginning. That's why it's always good to have someone around that does know what the heck they're doing to kind of guide you and coach you on equipment. All right, so we're shrinking that down into the solid. All right, this is good. This is a good solid piece. I'm pretty happy. We'll bring it out over in front of the side cam. So there's the foot. We made the solid right up there. So we put a little solid bubble or bobble. And now I can start the assembly. I got to move it just a little bit. It's a little off center. I think that did it. And there we go. All right, I'm going to park this in the kiln for a minute while I get the goblet top warmed up. And I do put my gloves on for this, only because I'm worried about it shattering. So when you're heating up cold glass like this, there is a potential for it to shatter. And I don't want little bits flying on my hand and sticking. So I will take a little precaution on this one. But before we do that, Mountain Dew for everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Anybody have any questions before I do the assembly here? I'm just taking a short break for a second. What's the lowest you can run a flame at and still work properly? 3,200 degrees would be the lowest I would run. Yeah, I would say 3,200 is as low as I would go. 100%, yeah, but you really want 4,000. All right, so we got our little goblet top here. I'm going to start trying to pre-warm it. This is going to take a second. I got to do this really freaking slow. You got to be really careful on this. But yeah, this is why I hate to say it, and I'm not going to say it too much, but this is why I have the coaching program. If you want to get started in glass, I recommend booking an hour of time with me when you're ready to start. I'll set you up with equipment, where to go get it, how much to spend, who to buy it from. We'll talk about what you want to do for glass blowing. You know, that's going to really depend on which torch you get. What do you want to do? Primarily. And the hour that you spend with me will save you thousands. You know, you'll literally save thousands by not wasting money on buying the wrong damn equipment. All right, we're almost there. I think we're pretty good here. Let's assemble it. We're locked in. Yeah, I don't like that big old ball in there too much. I'm going to cut the ball down by half. We'll reassemble it. It's too much. I'm going to disassemble it real quick and pop it back on in a second. Let me clean this up. It didn't look aesthetically right. I need to trim about half this ball off here. So right up here, you see that little attachment spot? I got to take it down by about half right there. It had this little nub on there. I did not like that big nub on there. Again, just have to be super careful with it. Yeah, definitely you don't want to be you definitely don't want to be buying the wrong equipment when you're starting glass blowing. I've seen so many people buy stuff they don't need, or they bought stuff thinking that it was the right piece of equipment and come to find out it wasn't. I wish suppliers were a little bit more honest about what they do sometimes. I only have a selected group of suppliers that I recommend that are pretty ethical. There are some people that will take advantage of you, though. That's any business. Oh, that's much cleaner. I'll show you what I trimmed off. So there we are. We trimmed off all that excess right there. So now we don't have that gigantic ball sitting there. That's way cleaner. Not going to go through all this work to have a little goofy ball at the end. Yeah, that looks way better. Way, way, way better. Oh, shit the bed, Fred. That looks good right... Oops, sorry. It looks good right off. All right, what do you guys think? I kind of dig it. It's kind of a cool glass. I've been wanting to do this for years. Yeah, it's perfectly level. I never get it that straight that fast. I like it. I never get it that straight on there that fast, ever. I just need to fill it with wine? No kidding. Yeah, no kidding. All right, that definitely deserves some more Mountain Dew. I like it. I think it's different. I think it's kind of unique. Okay, so I'll have some. Oh, I'll bring out the hummingbirds from yesterday. So there is hummingbird number 1 from last night. Bring it out here. There's our uranium popping through there. We got all the uranium. There it is in its shimmer color with the purple. And then this is the, as I blind myself, there's the one that kind of has that bluish color. And I like that one too. I really like the wings on this one. It's not showing as much, but, and then of course has the uranium in it too. So that definitely has the uranium glass popping through it. And there's our shimmer. I love the color of that body. Okay, so I got some projects I need to finish up tonight, which we will go through. So this was that gigantic pen that I had made a while ago, but I took the rose off of it. I think I can turn this into 2 separate pens right now, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to heat it about middle here, and this end is already fit for the Bic insert. Let's see if I got an insert here. Nope. Do not have a handy insert. Anyway, this has the Bic, oops, sorry, wrong view. So this is that gigantic pen. I'm going to split it right in the middle, and we'll turn it into 2 separate pens. This one I have an idea for too. I think this one is going to look very cool when we get done. I just hope it doesn't crack. We'll heat it up very slow. So this one is pretty much, so that's the pen itself. It has a really kind of cool curve to it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I put a marble at the end of it? Like make a custom marble? I think it'd look kind of cool on this one. Bring it out, side view. So this has, we can do a kind of cool looking marble at the end of it, or leave it kind of as a tusk. I don't know yet. What do you guys think? Should we put a little marble on it? I think it might look cool. Yeah, I think we'll put a little marble on it. Actually, I don't even need to put it in the kiln yet. We could just make the marble. Let's grab the marble mold. There we go. And I'm going to keep it in the green. We're going to keep the green theme. Just trying to keep an eye on how big I need to make this. I don't want it gigantic. And that's what I'm looking for right there. We'll melt that in. Then we'll smooth out the other side. Now this glass has a little uranium in it, so I think I'm going to put a little sleeve on the bottom of it. Get a little bit of that uranium glass effect. So there will be a little uranium glass popped in here. Okay, we got that. Let's go ahead and smooth it out. And we'll drop it right on the pen. And there we go. Okay, and then we're going to round out the other end and call it done. And there we go. I love that wine glass from tonight. Oh my God, that thing is so freaking cool. That wine glass, I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. All right, let's pop this off here and fuse it to the pen. This is actually kind of a cool pen. I may keep this one if no one buys it. I might. This is actually kind of cool. You can see that turquoisey color on top of the green right there, and underneath here is going to be the uranium. But that is one kick butt pen. I think it's kind of freaking cool, actually. All right, the other one that I want to do is I want to take the alien head, this guy. I want to take this guy and pop it on the other part of the other pen. So we're going to put the alien head on the next one. So I got to preheat this guy. Let me make sure it's going to look good though. Yep, that'll work. Yeah, that pen is actually, it's really light though. Man, this chair, I hate these wheels now. So the first thing I have to do here is open the pen up for the ink insert. Let me grab Dragonfly's tool here. So this tool is imperative now for making the pens. Dragonfly Creation makes those. And that is my new secret weapon for making pens. So I start off with the initial. This fitting has to be just right. All right, that fitting is perfect. Terry's trying to get ready to test his first. I hope so. That would be awesome. So if Terry gets the torch all set up, then you can just get it over to me or send a video, and that would be really good to be able to sell. That would be awesome. All right, so there's our initial pen that we're going to do. I'm going to get the alien head ready, and we'll pop the alien head on this guy. It's going to actually be kind of cool. Let's get the alien head all set. I'm hoping I gave it enough time to warm up. Yeah, Dragonfly made awesome tools. And if they get the torch all set, it'll be amazing. Because the torch that I kind of gave him a blueprint for is really awesome. So this is taking a minute. I got to let it heat up. But look at it when it's red. You can see those red eyes. It almost looks cool, like an alien with red eyes. All right, a little bit more. All right, I got to get this in the kiln while I get the pen ready. Now it's going to be a little hot, so I'm going to put the gloves back on. Just because it is going to be pretty roasty. Yeah, it's a little toasty. So this one's going to have the alien head on it. I really want to see this one. I've been sitting on that alien head for a while. It's nice cleaning up all this extra stuff I've had floating around too. I've had all these projects out for a while. Uh-oh, this might be my favorite pen ever. Oh my God. I did not expect it to look that good. I got one little spot here I just have to fix up. Alright, this is my favorite pen. This is the favorite one I've ever made. I love it. I would have never thought about this as a body for the pen either. You guys were freaking out at that, right? Thought I was going to drop it. Look at that guy. He's freaking cool. That guy is freaking cool. Looks like a Pez dispenser. Doesn't that look like a Pez dispenser? To me, it looks like a total Pez dispenser. I definitely have to make more of those. That was freaking awesome. Sorry, I need my Mountain Dew. It's hot. It's hot today. No, I won't write Pez down it. Hell no. I'm not getting sued. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not going to happen. So I thought, I had an idea. You guys think I should take the purple we did last night and make a little bit of a green and purple marble? Just green and purple? I love green and purple together, but look at that purple. I think a green and purple would look really good. I think it would look amazing. Not a big marble, just a good size. It doesn't have to be gigantic. But I think that shimmer green and that purple would... Oh, I got a little bit of this. I forgot this last night. This is the uranium stuff, I think. Holy crap, that might be even better. I gotta look. That might be uranium. Ah! Look at that. Oh, we're definitely doing that. Look at that. So we're going to use that with it. That shimmer green from the hummingbird. Definitely. I am definitely doing that. Let's start with the purple. A lot of people love purple. Purple's like one of the most popular colors. Cobalt blue is by far the most popular color. And that's it's not even close. Cobalt blue is the #1 color that I get requests for. But purple and pink are like really close. Definitely purple though. Actually, I think it'd probably be purple. I think it'd be cobalt, purple, then yellow. Yellow's also very popular. Alright, got a little bit of purple going. I think I'm going to put a clear in between it though. Separate it just a little bit. Pop a little. Or not. Yeah, let's use the purple transparent. Alright, we're going a little bit more. It'll be purple and greens. Yeah, we got this. We got this. It's going to look awesome. This would look good in between a wine glass too. This marble would look fantastic in between a glass, a wine goblet. And let me get that smoothed out. And there we go. Now we're going to grab our uranium shimmer green, layer it on top there, and hope we got an amazing combo of a marble. Let's go. Okay, I got a green, transparent purple, and dark purple. We're going to smush it down a little. So we just kind of smushed it down a little. I got to do the other side, balance it out. And then we'll switch up the holding rods, and then we'll put a nice little spiral in it. And there we go. Pull off all that extra clear. All right, let's get it rounded out, smoothed, I mean. Not rounded yet. I got to let it droop down. Just like that. So this is the stage where we kind of get the colors all situated here. So the dark purple is on one end, the green is on the other, and transparent purple's in the middle. Now we're going to switch up the angle of holding it, change the axis. That will work. Like that. So it should look like a lollipop at first. Get rid of that little tiny clear left on there. And just smooth that out. So there's our lollipop mode. There's our dark purple and our green. I love that purple. Doesn't that look sexy? I love that purple. That's why I like making my own purple. Nobody makes the purple like I do. That's why I have to make my own. All right, I am running out of punty rods here. This is not a good situation. Your tubing. I just need one rod for just a little while. That you're going to have to do. All right, trick is we got to heat up the middle, stretch it out, and then we push it back together, and we get a beautiful little spiral running through it. You can see where I'm heating right in that middle core. I'll bring it in for a close-up for just a little bit. So you can see that center core is heated up. Not where the two rods are attached, though. Don't want to heat that. Then we'll bring it out and stretch. A little bit more. There we go. Now that it's pulled back out, now we push it back together and we get a nice little spiral running through. You can kind of see it twisting up right there. There we go, more twisting. All right, now I'm going to separate one of these rods and we're going to start doing the rounding. We'll use the mold here to get it round and smooth. You got to pull that down until we get there though. So here's a stage before we get fully rounded right there. You can see it's kind of got all the ridges running through it. All right, let's get this thing into a marble. I can't wait to see this one. I think I picked up a little clear nugget in here. There. There we go. Yeah, sometimes the little glass bits get in your marble mold, and then when you go to do the smoothing, they pick it up. And by the time you realize it, it's too late. All right, that's good. Oh my God, I still have no punty rods. Oh well. Just use a tiny one. There we go. Now I just have to round this one out. McKenna's. I did see it. Check your spam box. I should have responded to it. McKennis, thank you very much for that super chat, by the way. I'm definitely open to trying that telescope idea. Yeah, check your spam box. Sometimes it comes in there. But yes, thank you very much for that super chat. And yeah, I'm open to trying that. It might be kind of cool, to be honest. It'd be a fun little project. A telescope would be kind of kick butt. Telescope on a globe would be kick butt. Didn't see one? Okay, let me double check it. I'll check it tonight. But just so you know, I did see it and I am open to doing it. So the question was if you guys are on TikTok about doing a telescope on a globe, which would be a cool idea. Putting a telescope on a globe would be pretty neat. That'd be a fun project. I'm definitely open to trying that. That would definitely be a fun project. Yeah, of course. Just know I'm definitely up to doing it. Okay, I think this marble's pretty much done. Let me just double check. Oh, a little bit of a round spot right there. This one is absolutely, wow. Everything's gone good tonight. I haven't had any bad things. Everything's been pretty smooth. So there's our purple with the green. Give it a second for it to cool down. And we'll hit it with the light. And there's our green, our purple. I can't wait to see this one cooled off. But you can see that green is kind of shimmery. Definitely has some cool colors bouncing through it. Okay, and Dragonfly's amazing marble holder. Grab it, rip it, trip it, and done. There we go. Look at that. Now that purple you won't find from anyone else. That is a custom purple. Not available on Amazon. All right, I need to take a break. Yeah, I definitely need to take a break. So I will talk to y'all in just a little bit, but I gotta get up and stretch. So I will see y'all in a little bit. Moderators, thank you very much. As always, you guys make it so nice. Subscribers and members, thank you very much as well. I appreciate you. And we'll see you in just a little bit, hopefully.